Good morning, everybody. No. Good morning, everybody. That's better. My name is Josh Friedman, and I recognize so many of you, and those that don't know, I want to meet by the end of the day, but I'm so glad that everybody's here. We have an amazing lineup of speakers and presenters today that are going to be sharing a mind-blowing amount of information about innovation, education, and their experiences with flying drones, creating drones, making drones, and using them in a lot of different industries. We have a few different goals today. We are here thanks to a regional grant through the California Community College System that has been honored to 5 colleges. And we have 4 representations of those colleges here today that are going to be sharing at some point what they're doing with that grant. Additionally, we're here to kind of share with some of those educational institutions what they can be doing to help train the next workforce in the drone industry. Okay? And of course, our process of doing that is to bring professionals to them, bring them to those professionals. Today is about networking, it's about meeting people, and it's about finding ways that we can really affect the most important thing, which to me is the students that are learning this and that are going to be our next workforce. About 4 years ago, 2014, I hosted a National Drone Educators Conference at Cal Poly Pomona, and we've done 2 since. And I have found when we first started doing this, the main goal was to legitimize the drone industry in the eyes of the education world. I can tell you, I heard things like, I haven't needed this technology in 50 years, why would I need it now? I heard, it's just a flying toy. You don't need curriculum for that. People just didn't really understand. And I think that, and of course, a drone, isn't that a military weapon? You know, we're still hearing these things and we're still fighting these battles. And I think that said, 3 to 4 years later, 5 years later, we're now in a situation where I think the world recognizes that this is something that's going to continue and that we need to be training people to use. And again, I'm just really excited today that we have a long list of people that are going to be sharing very, very short presentations about what they're doing. And I want to express these presentations, this is for the speakers just as much as everybody else, are going to be less than 10 minutes a person. And we designed it that way because it really needs to just be the beginning of the conversation. We want their presentation today to just give you just a little piece of what they're doing in the world and what that industry is doing so that each of you can continue that conversation with them well beyond today. Okay? But that's also a plea for the speakers. Please keep it under 10 minutes. Thank you for that. So as part of the grant that I spoke about, I'm going to reveal a couple things today that nobody has seen before that will kind of express what we've been doing with the grant. I've been very honored to be working with Lisa Newble, Dean at Orange Coast College. I want to give a huge round of applause to Karen Cifuentes, who works with Lisa, who is responsible for everything that you see in front of you right now. Let's just thank her. She's in the back there. Putting this together has really been a team effort, but I will say that she has done most of the work to make this happen, and we're very grateful for that. So thank you to Karen. So we've done a few things that I want to share. And by the way, we are still in process. This grant was granted a couple different years, and we have a few years to spend, but the projects that I've been working on with this grant, we have till the end of the year to work on. So we are in flux at the moment. So the first thing I want to share with all of you is a website that we have just started to create. This is not done yet. All I have to share with you today is the front page of this site. But I am really excited to share with you CaliforniaAutomated.com. CaliforniaAutomated.com is going to be a landing site for drone education, specifically showcasing programs in Orange County and LA, and promoting industries and other programs statewide. We identified a couple issues. One, in my opinion, the biggest problem in drone education is nobody knows who's teaching what and where. So how do we get students to sign up for classes if they're coming to people saying, hey, where can I learn this? And the answer is, I don't know. The answer will be go to CaliforniaAutomated.com. And I will show you what resource we're going to have here in a minute to solve that. The second problem is we don't have enough information about who the industry experts are and what they are doing. So if you wanted to know, you know what, I want to learn about drones in agriculture. Who is using drones for agriculture? The answer is, well, I'm not sure, but I know they're doing it. So we're going to have on here as well a location where you will be able to research, find professionals in the industry by location, by industry sector, and learn what they're doing, communicate with them, and be in touch with them, okay? Also, of course, it's an opportunity for high schools to find colleges, for colleges to find businesses, for students to find jobs. I'll share real quick at the top, we have partners in careers and engaging in education. So I'll share just a moment of what this is going to lead us to. One of these is going to be a splash page for resources. Industry is going to take us to an ESRI map I'll show you in a moment for industry and engaging education. Sorry. Careers is going to have information about the drone industries. Education will help you find institutions, and engage with industry will help you find businesses. Our mission is there. We're going to have videos, some of which we're going to be adding videos that we think are important to drone education. I believe we're also going to be creating videos. As the colleges have videos, we can host those here. We're going to have a blog. Right now I have a couple resources on here that everybody should be aware of. Drones at Work is a study that was done by Goldman Sachs talking about drone labor market information. And then we have the evolving uses and economic impact of drones. So these are kind of the style of different types of articles and blog posts that we're going to have on the site. We will have events. Again, people always asking me what conferences should I go to, what's happening. We're going to have that information here with links. And our partners are down here, and then we're going to have a calendar. Lots of other resources are going to end up on CaliforniaAutomated.com. Okay. The second exciting resource that will be on CaliforniaAutomated.com is this ESRI map, which is a great lead into Lorraine in a moment we'll get to. This is where, when you click on the careers or education, it's going to lead you to a map. And on this map, you're going to be able to select all this information by sector. Type of educational institution, degrees and certificates that they offer. Here's different sectors that you can select. So if I want to just know who's teaching photography, who's doing videography, who's doing digital media, you can select those. And it will populate on this ESRI model right here, this ESRI map, which schools are doing that. And by the way, we're collecting content on K through 12 and universities, colleges, statewide. These are just samples at the moment, but if I click on one of these, you can then get information that's been provided to us. So you're going to have contact information. Who is the person to call? What's their number? Email address, and sectors that they're involved in. It will also link to a website if they provided one to us. All right. This has not been done yet, and we're doing this just for the state of California right now. And I think that it's going to be fantastic. You guys agree this is a resource that could be helpful?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm really glad. And we've been trying to create this for so long at this point, and it's finally happening. So you may ask, how are we collecting this information? Well, at the moment, if you go to CaliforniaAutomated.com, which I had up here a moment ago, but I'll bring it back up, there's a survey. And I want to just draw your attention to this real quick. CaliforniaAutomated.com. Many of you have already filled the survey out, and I'm grateful for that. We're using the information from the survey for a lot of different purposes. Today we're going to have a presentation by the Centers of Excellence. Jesse is here somewhere, or will be. I haven't seen her yet. Based on the data that we've collected, and other data that she's collected as well. What we're really trying to do, though, is collect information on every educational institution in the state of California that is offering a drone program. So if your institution has not done that, or you're not sure, let me know. Please go to CaliforniaAutomated.com at some point, fill it out. It takes 2 minutes. Okay? Industry partners, those of you in here that own businesses using drones, creating drones, something in the drone industry. Right now we've gotten 29 responses. I have a feeling there's a lot more than 29 drone companies in the state of California. All right? So we have a good push that we're doing. At the same time, if you could help us fill this out yourselves for your companies, but also let other people know that we're trying to collect this information. We're not selling this information. We're not using it for any other reason but to put it on that site so students and colleges can network with those businesses. All right? And one more resource that I want to share real quick. We're going to be creating a lot of information for the site in a lot of different formats. But at the moment, I'll just share one more with you that I have here. And this is going to be a brochure that we're going to be able to print or have on the site. That's going to have the information of the colleges that are on the grant and some basic information about the drone industry. But the page I want to draw your attention to. So I've done a lot of work to put together just different types of careers in different industries. In fact, we've even had new icons made just for the drone industry to match the current career icons that our high school districts are using. And what I've done here is I've identified just about every single job that you can come up with in the drone industry, and I have put it into one of 14 industry sectors. Now, one of those sectors is wildcard. Okay, so the person who's delivering ashes for people in the ocean with a drone, that doesn't fit into a specific category of morbid, but it's true, okay? Okay, the person delivering beer to people, at the ice fishing lot, that's in the wildcard. But other than these friends of ours, we can really fit every single career into one of these sectors, one of these 14 sectors. And we're going to have links to more and more and more information on the website about these jobs, about these sectors, articles about each of these careers and different paths, so that students can find information on what they can do with drones, can get inspired to create new things, and to get inspired to learn and to get educated.